How to pump out viral Twitter threads 3 times per week that spike your dopamine from the sheer influx of likes, retweets, and followers. You can write threads that not only go viral, but also share your story, make sales. There's a common misconception that you can't do all of these at the same time. Some people say, oh, platitude threads don't do anything. And then other people say, oh, just you won't really grow if you just, talk within your niche or something like that. But I'm here to tell you that you can actually do everything, get likes, retweets, followers, sales, and all of the above, all at the same time. So there are 3 main types of Twitter threads. There's viral, and there's niche, and then there's storytelling. So viral threads are going to generate the most impressions, get the most likes, and have the most engagement. Viral threads are not only relatable to the largest amount of people, but they talk about current events, personal development. They can be images, quotes, tools, etc. Something I like about viral threads is it can be anything within the realm of what's trending at the moment. It could also be things that are proven to go viral. There was a big meta recently about ChatGPT threads and stuff like that. Pretty much anytime Elon Musk does something, it's viral and it's trending, and you can usually incorporate that into your threads. And then there's always just different metas, right? So, back in September of 2022, there was a big meta about Chrome extensions and all of this stuff. So that was another way you could go viral. So it's constantly paying attention to the meta while incorporating it and weaving it into your niche, right? So if you're a tech guy and you do, 8 tools that helped you or productivity or something like that, that's a way to go viral while staying within your niche, right? So that's why I wrote here just like 10 images that will change the way you think, right? You can do this tastefully in your niche, right? So you could do 10 image if you're a productivity hacker or you're something like that, you could do 10 images that are related to productivity. If you're in business, you could do 10 images that will change the way you look at business and have 10 different images of sales funnels and limiting beliefs and stuff like that. So there are ways to weave it in, right? I also just wrote another one that was going super viral when I wrote this document last month is 95% of people aren't using ChatGPT to its full potential. And then the second line of that can be something related to your niche, right? So these won't build an engaged community or target following, but they're not useless, contrary to popular belief. There's a time and place to use these viral threads, and that's generating link clicks for your B2C offers, growing a follower base, etc. So this is who I work with specifically, right? I work with a lot of biz op offers, make money online people, coaches, mentors, gurus, etc. And it is necessary to get a lot of link clicks and generate a lot of followers and a lot of engagement so that you can get more eyeballs on your offer. You could do this without, being total cringe or something like that, but you can still get link clicks and a lot of leads for your offer and then bring those guys into your DMs, right? The point of the viral thread is to get a ton of interested eyeballs. Putting your auto plug in your offer in front of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, you're going to get so much volume. And now in the DMs, you or a setter can now convert those people into book calls. So niche threads, and as I said before, you can combine these things and have niche and viral threads together, and weave in your story. But there's also 3 separate categories in essence. So niche threads are going to make the most sales. These are going to build your authority, prove your competence, provide social proof, and sell your product or service. So for me, as a Twitter guy, my niche thread looks like how to scale your coaching offer to $100,000 a month, right? That's an extremely niche thread that only got like 150 likes, right? But it did generate 3 or 4 different sales for my business specifically. Whereas I wrote another thread that was just like how to write better headlines or how to go viral on Twitter. Those did better in terms of likes and engagement, but they made less sales, right? And they probably built less authority as well. But these also provide social proof and build your prove your competence. So that's why I like to do case study threads as my niche threads, because they're going to give me social proof, they're going to make sales, they're going to bring in leads, they're going to build my authority, and they're going to prove my competence. So those do really well. Think I made $100,000 plus by, and here's how, right? So I made $100,000 plus, building vending machines. I made $100,000 plus selling shoes. I made $100,000 plus XYZ doing remote sales. These are all different niches. And then you do it kind of here's how, and it ends up being a case study either about you, or you can also do this for a student or a client and make it a case study or a testimonial for them. So here, case studies, breakdowns, tutorials work well as niche threads. Storytelling threads will help you connect and curate your audience. These are what make you human. So for me, the storytelling thread that I wrote was about my time in the Army National Guard, right? So I did 6 years in the Army, and I was able to use that and kind of tie it into my story. So lessons that I learned, things that I went through, etc. Right. So for you, everybody has a story, right? You weren't always doing business from the time you were born. So tell your story in a tasteful way that weaves into your personal brand, and this will make you human. This will build a connected audience. Chances are someone's going to resonate with your story. So these are a great way to build connection with your audience. And again, you can weave this into a viral thread. You can weave this into a niche thread and have bits and pieces of your story to round out those threads to make them personal, right? You don't want to just be another theme page. But they also can stand alone as just storytelling threads. So 3 years ago, I was homeless, now I'm making six figures. That's not me, but that's a hook that you could go with, right? So these are stories about your past, about your business, and about your life, which will help the audience relate to you at a personal level. The hook is the most important part of the thread. This is what's going to get people to click it and go to the second, third through 10th tweet, etc. It's what gets the Twitter user to stop scrolling, open the post. And there are some best practices for killer hooks. So for me, just a couple of ones that I was thinking of: use numbers and statistics in the opening line. So if you saw the hook that I used in the beginning, it was, I made $100,000 doing blank. So that's a number, right? And those do really well. I know somebody had asked me, what's better if you made 100,000, would you rather write 100,000 with all the zeros or write 100K? I always say more numbers equals better. I remember I wrote a thread, or my writer wrote a thread rather, about Navy SEALs, and he wrote something about elite performers, right? And I changed it and said the top 1% performers, and it actually went viral and it did really well. So that was just like a small detail of how you use numbers and statistics in the opening line. Speaking to the readers, we, especially if you have an ideal client avatar or an ideal target audience, speak to them, talk to them, write the threads for them, and you will get a lot better performance that way, right? Here's how you can make $100,000 a month, right? Doing what I did. That will be a lot better than just here's how I made $1,000, right? So make bold claims where applicable. You don't want to lie, but make bold claims when you can. Write 2 to 3 lines max. I'm not a big fan of like super long hooks. I want them to be concise while still being specific and addressing the reader, and use emotion invoking words. So I've tweeted this out, and you can take a screenshot here, or you can go to my Twitter or my newsletter. These are just some of the most emotion invoking words: powerful, peaceful, weak, rejected, threatened, etc. These are all words that you can really add a little bit of spice and a little bit of flavor to your hook. So the body, after catching the reader's attention, you do want people to read through it, right? So this is kind of like on YouTube, right? Where Mr. Beast always said, the way to go viral is click-through rate times ADV, which is average duration of viewer. So it's kind of similar. You want people to click with the hook and the picture and the original tweet, but you also want people to go through the whole thing, right? And get to your call to actions, follow you, maybe comment, etc. So the body is still important, right? So comments are the #1 best engagement booster. And I don't have it in here. They just released an update coming out April 23rd, I believe, that's actually going to prioritize reply to reply as the highest algorithm booster. So that's something to keep in mind. So break each thread tweet into 3 parts: your subject, your what, and your why. And this varies a little bit from thread to thread, but it's a good baseline of having 3 parts to all of your tweets. So for example, I wrote a Twitter algorithm thread back in January. The For You page, you've noticed a change on your feed by now, and Twitter has adopted TikTok's For You page, which is the what, and then it'll recommend content based on your past consumption, which is why I made this tweet in the first place. So having those 3 sections, 3 or 4 lines per tweet max, goes a long way. The call to action. So CTAs are the most important part of a successful thread. You can plug your offer, ask for newsletter subscribers, tell people to follow you, tell people to retweet, bookmark, ask people questions, etc. Like I said, the new algorithm is going to prioritize reply to reply. So conversations, dialogue. So asking questions will be extremely helpful, as well as the other things like plugging your offer and newsletter subscribers, telling people to follow you, etc. Because at the end of the day, you do want to grow and you do want to make sales, right? Every thread should have 2 CTAs. I'm a big fan of layered call to actions, which is something I came up with back in the end of last year. In the middle of your thread, especially in a long thread, you can add like some sort of shameless plug or something like that. You could also at the very end of your thread just say, hey, if you like this, retweet it, bookmark it, follow me, etc. Just having multiple call to actions. You're going to convert a little bit on each call to action, but it's nice to have all of them, right? Give them multiple options. Not everybody wants to follow you, but they'll be willing to like a retweet. Not everybody's willing to like a retweet, but they'll be willing to reply and answer your question, etc. So that takes me to, and I'm going to go try and connect my iPad. So I wanted to do a quick thing for you all. So I've actually wanted to go through a mock example of just a couple of content pillars that you could do if you are a coach or something like that for your viral, niche, and storytelling threads, right? So I'm going to share this. Go screen mirror. So let's say you are a coach and you have a make money online offer or something like that, right? Make sure this connects. Here we go. So let's assume you're a coach and you have a make money online offer, right? And you have your niche, you have your storytelling, and you have your viral. Let's say you teach people how to build an agency. So your niche is going to be agency, operations, sales, retention, marketing. These are all different types of niche threads that you can do, right? And these, you could separate these a lot, right? Just in these 5 topics, you can write 10 threads each, right? That should be your niche threads for months and months and months. And you can say these in different ways throughout the year. And those are how you're going to not only nurture your current audience, but these are how you're going to build authority, build your confidence, make sales, etc. So that's your niche. Your story. So I don't know you, if you're watching this and you've built an agency or you sell an agency biz op offer, or you teach people how to build agencies, etc. You have some sort of story. So, right. So your backstory, students' backstories, student stories. I like to say like rags to riches. So if you had a low point or something like that, and kind of rounding it off with how where you've gotten to now. So those are different ways you can have your story. And my handwriting looks terrible. I apologize. And then you have viral, right? So this is a big misconception, is like this whole platitude thing, right? So if I'm going to start an agency, and I as an agency owner know this, right? So me as an agency owner, I know that there's more that goes into being a successful agency owner than just knowing how to build an agency, right? And having a cool story. Things that are important to build an agency include mindset, discipline, personal development, belief, etc. Right? Those things are very important. And I believe that every training, biz op, make money online, any type of course, fitness, coaching, all of these things require a level of mindset training, right? So you can tastefully do these platitude threads to incorporate it into your overall curriculum, right? Because in your training, right, if you teach someone how to build an agency, that first module is going to be the foundation to build an agency, which is the mindset and breaking down limiting beliefs, consistency, removing shiny object syndrome, etc. Right? So there are ways to write threads that are going to appeal to the masses while also appealing to the niche. Mindset, self-help, belief, discipline, different types of productivity hacks, even tech, like all of these things. How are you using ChatGPT in your agency? How are you being productive throughout the day? Like for me, I use a warm app from Sam Ovens and stuff like that. So these are all ways that you can go viral while still staying within the realm of your content pillars. So I just want to go through that real quick. It's nothing, it doesn't look crazy, but a lot of people really just don't have this mindset. They think that they don't want to sound cringe, or they don't know how to grow. They're usually stuck within 1 or 2 of these pillars, but they're not really engaging with all 3. And lastly, they don't know how to weave in all 3 into a single thread, right? You can do a niche story viral thread, and that's something that takes a lot of practice and getting a lot of your messaging refined. But if you keep doing it and you stay consistent and you're writing multiple threads per week, you will get there. And that's why for our clients, we're writing a thread every single day pretty much. So that's all I'm going to go to in there. Again, just to finish this off, if you're a high ticket coach, course creator, guru, or mentor, and you want to blow up your program on Twitter, DM me at It's Marcos Rees, or go to thebirdhouse.co and you can book a call. Other than that, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.